Authenticity is one of the most powerful things a woman can embrace. It's not just about being true to yourself in moments of ease, but especially in moments of adversity. When you understand who you are without the need to conform to society's standards or others' expectations, you start to find a deeper sense of peace and purpose. Unfortunately, many women are conditioned to hide their true selves. We are told to fit into molds, to act a certain way, or to become what others envision for us. The world demands a certain kind of perfection, a certain kind of image, but the reality is that no one is perfect. The beauty lies in our imperfections, our uniqueness, and the individual stories that make us who we are. In the pursuit of success, many women fall prey to trying to be something they're not, simply to gain acceptance or approval. We put on facades wearing masks that hide our true feelings, thoughts, and desires, but the moment you choose to stop pretending and embrace who you are, flaws, quirks, strengths, and vulnerabilities, that's when the real transformation begins. Being authentic isn't about perfection, it's about being genuine in all that you do, unapologetically showing up as yourself and not seeking validation from external sources. It's about accepting both your light and your shadow. One of the most challenging aspects of embracing authenticity is learning to let go of the fear of judgment. We often shrink back from showing our true selves because we are afraid of what others might think. We worry about rejection or not meeting the expectations of others, especially when those expectations are ingrained in us from a young age. But the truth is, every time we try to conform to someone else's idea of who we should be, we lose a piece of our power. We give away our voice and our agency to meet an external standard. And in that process, we disconnect from our inner strength and wisdom. When you embrace your authenticity, you create a life that is aligned with your true values and desires. You start to make decisions that are rooted in your heart, not based on what others might think or expect. This alignment brings with it a sense of freedom. Freedom from the need to please, to conform, or to fit in. In this space, you become more resilient because you're no longer fighting against yourself. You're no longer battling between who you are and who you think you should be. Instead, you are standing firmly in your truth, and that gives you a foundation that is unshakable. Authenticity also invites others to do the same. When you are genuine and real, it encourages those around you to embrace their true selves. Authenticity creates a ripple effect, building a space where women can empower each other without competition, comparison, or judgment. When women come together in their authenticity, they can build each other up, lift each other higher, and celebrate each other's successes. Instead of seeing one another as threats or rivals, they see each other as allies, as sisters who are walking the same path toward greatness. One of the keys to embracing authenticity is self-awareness. You need to take the time to truly understand who you are, what you value, and what drives you. This self-awareness allows you to recognize the moments when you're falling into old patterns of people-pleasing or self-doubt. It helps you recognize when you're not showing up as your true self and when you're letting the pressures of the world influence your decisions. It's not always easy, but it's a journey worth taking. The more you know yourself, the more power you hold, because you are no longer looking for external approval. You are operating from a place of inner confidence and self-trust. At the end of the day, authenticity is the key to living a fulfilling life. It's the difference between living someone else's dream and creating your own. It's the difference between existing and truly thriving. Embracing authenticity allows you to tap into a power within you that has always been there, just waiting for you to acknowledge it. And once you do, you'll find that the world begins to open up in ways you never imagined. Self-belief is the cornerstone of every woman's success, yet it is often the one thing that many women struggle with the most. We live in a world that is quick to highlight our flaws, our mistakes, and our perceived weaknesses. From a young age, many of us are conditioned to seek validation from others, whether it's from family, friends, or society. We are taught to doubt ourselves, to second-guess our abilities, and to minimize our own worth. In this environment, it becomes incredibly difficult to truly believe in ourselves. But the key to breaking free from this cycle is learning to trust in your own potential, your own strength, and your own ability to succeed, regardless of the opinions or expectations of others. The first step in developing self-belief is shifting your mindset. It's about changing the narrative you tell yourself. So often, we allow our inner dialogue to be dominated by self-doubt and fear. We tell ourselves that we aren't good enough, that we aren't capable, or that we don't deserve success. These negative beliefs are deeply ingrained in us, but they are not the truth. The truth is that you are more than enough. The truth is that you are capable of achieving extraordinary things. The truth is that you are deserving of all the success and happiness you desire. It all starts with choosing to believe in that truth, regardless of the obstacles you may face. Another important aspect of self-belief is learning to silence the voices of doubt. We all have moments of uncertainty, but it's how we respond to those moments that determines whether we stay stuck or move forward. When doubt creeps in, it's easy to give in to it, to let it dictate our actions and to allow it to hold us back. But the power to overcome that doubt lies within us. It's about choosing to push through fear and uncertainty, even when the path is unclear. It's about taking action despite the fear, knowing that every step forward is a step toward growth. The more you take action, the more you prove to yourself that you are capable, that you can handle whatever comes your way, and that you are worthy of your dreams. Building self-belief also involves understanding that failure is not a reflection of your worth. Many women fear failure because it is often seen as a sign of weakness or inadequacy. However, failure is a natural part of the journey to success. Every successful woman has experienced setbacks, obstacles, and moments of failure. But what sets them apart is their ability to see failure not as a defeat, but as an opportunity for growth. When you embrace failure as a learning experience, it loses its power over you. Instead of letting it erode your confidence, you use it to build resilience and strength. The more you fail and rise again, the more you begin to believe in your own ability to overcome anything. Another powerful way to build self-belief is through surrounding yourself with people who uplift and support you. The people we spend time with can have a significant impact on how we view ourselves. If we are constantly surrounded by people who criticize, belittle, or doubt us, it becomes harder to believe in ourselves. But when we surround ourselves with those who encourage, inspire, and believe in our potential, our own self-belief grows. These people remind us of our strengths when we forget, they lift us up when we fall, and they cheer us on when we doubt ourselves. It's important to cultivate a supportive environment that nurtures your confidence and helps you stay grounded in your own worth. Finally, building self-belief requires patience and persistence. It is not something that happens overnight. It takes time to unlearn the negative beliefs that have been ingrained in us and replace them with a mindset of self-confidence and self-trust. It requires daily practice, showing up for yourself even when it's hard, and continuing to take steps toward your goals despite the obstacle. But every small victory, every challenge you overcome, and every time you choose to believe in yourself, you build a stronger foundation of self-belief. It becomes easier to trust in your abilities, to take risks, and to pursue your dreams with confidence. The more you believe in yourself, the more the world begins to reflect that belief back to you. You start to attract opportunities, people, and circumstances that align with your vision because you are no longer holding yourself back. Believing in yourself is not about being perfect. It's about trusting that you are enough as you are and that you have everything you need to create the life you desire. When you truly believe in yourself, there is nothing that can stand in your way. The world becomes a place of infinite possibilities, and you become the powerful force capable of achieving everything you set your mind to. Breaking free from societal expectations is one of the most liberating things a woman can do. From the moment we are born, we are inundated with messages about who we should be, how we should look, what we should achieve, and how we should behave. These expectations are often rooted in deeply ingrained cultural norms and stereotypes that dictate everything from career choices to how we present ourselves to the world. For many women, living up to these expectations can feel like a constant battle, a fight to measure up, to be enough, and to be seen in a certain light. But the truth is, these societal expectations are not our truth, and the first step in breaking free from them is acknowledging that they don't define us. One of the most powerful ways to break free is to first recognize where these expectations come from. Society has long placed women into predefined roles, whether it's the role of the nurturing mother, the self-sacrificing caregiver, or the beauty standard that women must uphold. We are told that we must look a certain way, behave a certain way, and achieve certain things to be worthy. These expectations often don't take into account our individuality, our unique dreams, or our personal value. They don't recognize the full depth of who we are and what we are capable of achieving. The first step toward freedom is understanding that these norms are external constructs and they do not have to dictate our lives. Once you recognize these expectations for what they are, you can begin to make a conscious decision to step away from them. This decision is not always easy. The pressure to conform is immense, and it can be intimidating to go against the grain. But the beauty of breaking free from these expectations is that it allows you to live life on your own terms. It allows you to make decisions based on your own values, desires, and goals, not based on what others think you should do. This autonomy brings with it a sense of freedom that is empowering. You no longer feel trapped by the constraints of what others expect, and you no longer feel like you have to prove yourself to anyone. In order to break free from societal expectations, it's essential to start embracing who you truly are. This means acknowledging your strengths and weaknesses, your dreams and fears, and accepting yourself without judgment. It requires cultivating a deep sense of self-love and self-worth, independent of external validation. When you love yourself fully and unconditionally, you become less concerned with the opinions of others. You start to trust your own voice and your own decisions, and you stop looking for permission to be yourself. This self-acceptance is the foundation of breaking free from societal expectations because it shifts your focus from pleasing others to pleasing yourself. Another important aspect of breaking free is developing the courage to stand up for your own choices. It's easy to fall into the trap of seeking approval from others, especially from people who are important to us, like family members, friends, or colleagues. We worry about disappointing others or not meeting their expectations. But the truth is, you cannot live your life for others. You are the only one who can walk your path and pursue your dreams. Standing up for yourself means asserting your right to live authentically, to follow your own goals, and to make decisions that align with your true self. This courage doesn't come overnight, but with every choice you make that is aligned with your values, you strengthen your resolve. Breaking free also involves challenging the stereotypes that society has imposed on women. These stereotypes often limit us by labeling us as one-dimensional or by imposing rigid definitions of success. Women are often expected to be selfless, nurturing, and always put others' needs before their own. Women are multifaceted individuals capable of being strong leaders, fierce advocates for change, successful entrepreneurs, and much more. By challenging these stereotypes, we can redefine what it means to be a woman on our own terms. We can create new narratives free from the limitations imposed by outdated expectations. The journey of breaking free from societal expectations is also a collective one. It's not just about you as an individual, it's about paving the way for other women to do the same. When you break free from these norms and embrace your authentic self, you inspire others to do the same. You create a ripple effect that empowers women to step into their own power and challenge the status quo. By supporting one another and lifting each other up, we create a sisterhood that celebrates individuality, diversity, and freedom. This collective power is what makes the movement for change so impactful, as women come together to create a world where they are no longer bound by limitations but are free to express themselves fully and without apology. Ultimately, breaking free from societal expectations is an ongoing process. It requires constant self-reflection, a commitment to personal growth, and the willingness to challenge the status quo. It's not always easy, and there will be moments of doubt and resistance, but as you continue to embrace your authentic self, to make decisions that align with your truth, and to challenge the societal norms that try to define you, you will find a deeper sense of fulfillment and purpose. The more you break free, the more you realize that you have the power to shape your own life and create your own future without being bound by anyone's expectations. Emotional intelligence is a key trait that can greatly impact a woman's ability to navigate both her personal and professional life. It's not just about how we manage our emotions, but also about how we understand and relate to the emotions of others. In a world that often emphasizes logic and reason over feelings, emotional intelligence is frequently overlooked. Yet it is one of the most important skills a woman can develop, as it influences how we interact with the world, make decisions, and build relationships. At its core, emotional intelligence is about self-awareness, empathy, self-regulation, motivation, and social skills. These aspects, when nurtured, allow women to thrive in all areas of life, from work to family to personal growth. The first component of emotional intelligence is self-awareness, which is the foundation of emotional intelligence. Self-awareness is the ability to recognize and understand our own emotions, as well as how they influence our thoughts and behavior. It's about being in tune with what's happening inside of us and being able to identify when our emotions are affecting our actions. For many women, this can be a challenge, especially when we are taught to suppress our emotions or prioritize the needs of others over our own. But when we are self-aware, we can take ownership of our feelings, understand where they come from, and decide how we want to respond. This awareness helps us make better choices, avoid unnecessary conflict, and live more authentically. Closely linked to self-awareness is the ability to self-regulate our emotions. This doesn't mean suppressing or ignoring our feelings, but rather being able to manage and express them in healthy ways. Self-regulation allows us to remain calm and composed in stressful situations, to think before reacting, and to avoid impulsive decisions that we may later regret. When we develop self-regulation, we become more resilient, more adaptable, and better equipped to handle challenges. Life is full of ups and downs, and learning how to navigate these emotions with grace and composure is essential to maintaining our mental and emotional well-being. It's about being able to acknowledge and process our emotions without letting them control us or define our actions. Empathy, another key element of emotional intelligence, is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. It's about putting ourselves in someone else's shoes and responding with compassion, understanding, and kindness. For women, empathy is often seen as a natural strength, but it's a skill that can be cultivated and developed even further. When we are empathetic, we build stronger connections with those around us, and we create spaces where people feel heard, valued, and understood. Empathy fosters trust, strengthens relationships, and helps us navigate social dynamics with greater ease. It also allows us to respond more effectively to the needs of others, whether in our personal lives or in the workplace. Another important aspect of emotional intelligence is motivation, which is the ability to harness our emotions to drive us toward our goals. Motivation is the force that keeps us moving forward, even in the face of obstacles. When we are motivated, we don't let setbacks or challenges derail us. Instead, we use them as opportunities for growth and learning. Motivation also allows us to stay focused and determined, to push through difficult times, and to maintain a positive attitude even when things aren't going as planned. Developing intrinsic motivation, finding the drive to pursue goals because they are meaningful to us, is key to long-term success and fulfillment. It's about aligning our emotional energy with our passions and purpose, and using that energy to fuel our journey. Finally, emotional intelligence includes social skills, which are essential for building and maintaining healthy relationships. These skills involve effective communication, conflict resolution, and the ability to work well with others. Women, in particular, often excel in social situations, but social skills can always be improved and refined. Strong social skills help us navigate the complexities of human interaction, whether it's collaborating with colleagues, negotiating in the workplace, or connecting with friends and family. These skills also help us create a positive social environment where people feel valued and supported. When we develop strong social skills, we are able to build networks of support, create opportunities for growth, and foster a sense of community wherever we go. Emotional intelligence is not something that is fixed. It is a skill set that can be developed and strengthened over time. It requires intentional effort, self-reflection, and a commitment to personal growth. When women invest in developing emotional intelligence, they become more effective leaders, more compassionate partners, and more resilient individuals. They are better equipped to handle the stresses of everyday life, to connect with others on a deeper level, and to create lives that are aligned with their values and goals. The impact of emotional intelligence extends far beyond personal development. It influences the way we contribute to the world and the relationships we build along the way. As women, we have the power to harness our emotional intelligence to create meaningful change, to lead with empathy and integrity, and to live lives that are rich with connection, purpose, and fulfillment. Resilience is one of the most powerful qualities a woman can possess. It is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, to keep moving forward in the face of adversity, and to remain strong even when life feels overwhelming. Resilience is not about being invincible or immune to challenges. Rather, it is about how we respond to those challenges. It's about facing difficulties with determination and courage, even when we feel like we're on the verge of breaking. Every woman has the capacity for resilience within her, but it often takes time, experience, and intentional effort to cultivate. What's more, resilience isn't a one-time trait. It is something that we develop over time in response to the obstacles we face. The foundation of resilience is an inner belief that you can overcome whatever comes your way. This belief isn't something that comes naturally to everyone. Life has a way of testing us, and sometimes those tests can make us question our strength, our worth, and our ability to persevere. But resilience starts with a mindset shift. It's the understanding that even in the hardest moments, you have the power to choose how you respond. Challenges don't define you. Your response to them does. When you embrace this mindset, you stop seeing obstacles as barriers and begin to view them as opportunities for growth. Each difficulty you face becomes a stepping stone to greater strength and wisdom rather than an insurmountable wall. One of the keys to building resilience is embracing vulnerability. It might seem counterintuitive, but allowing ourselves to feel, to experience the full range of emotions is what enables us to process hardship and eventually rise above it. When we suppress our feelings or try to tough it out, we only prolong the healing process. Vulnerability allows us to acknowledge the pain, fear, or sadness that comes with challenges. By embracing these feelings, we give ourselves permission to heal and move forward. This doesn't mean we remain stuck in our emotions, but rather that we accept them, learn from them, and use them as fuel for our resilience. Another critical aspect of resilience is the ability to maintain perspective. Life can often feel chaotic, especially when we're facing multiple challenges at once. It's easy to get caught up in the emotional whirlwind and lose sight of the bigger picture. But resilient women are able to take a step back and assess the situation with clarity. They understand that difficult times are temporary and that they are stronger than they may feel in the moment. By maintaining a sense of perspective, resilient women are able to move through adversity without losing their sense of self or their vision for the future. They understand that setbacks are not permanent failures, but rather opportunities for growth and redirection. Support networks play a crucial role in building resilience. While inner strength is essential, resilience is not something that should be developed alone. Having a network of friends, family, mentors, or colleagues who believe in you, encourage you, and offer support during tough times can make all the difference. These people provide not only practical help, but also emotional support, reminding you of your strengths and reassuring you when you doubt yourself. Resilience doesn't mean going through hard times alone. It means knowing when to lean on others and being open to receiving help when you need it. The power of connection and community cannot be underestimated when it comes to building resilience. Resilience is also about adaptability. Life rarely goes according to plan, and sometimes the path we set for ourselves is disrupted by unexpected events or challenges. Resilient women are able to adapt to these changes, pivoting when necessary without losing their sense of purpose or direction. They understand that flexibility is essential to survival and success. Instead of resisting change, they embrace it and use it to their advantage. This ability to adapt allows them to stay grounded in the face of uncertainty, knowing that they can navigate whatever comes their way. Another important component of resilience is self-compassion. It's easy to be hard on ourselves when we face setbacks or when we don't meet our own expectations. However, resilience isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Self-compassion allows us to treat ourselves with the same kindness and understanding that we would offer a friend who is going through a destructive cycle of self-criticism that can weaken our resolve. Instead, we acknowledge our mistakes or shortcomings with grace and use them as lessons to move forward with greater wisdom and strength. Building resilience requires time, patience, and practice. It's not something that can be developed overnight, but rather something that grows with each challenge we face. The more we practice resilience, the stronger we become. Resilience is not about avoiding hardships, it's about learning how to navigate them with grace, strength, and wisdom. As women, we are constantly faced with unique challenges, but the more resilient we become, the more empowered we are to create the lives we desire. Resilience allows us to move through life with confidence, knowing that no matter what comes our way, we have the strength to overcome it. Through resilience, we can not only survive the toughest moments of life, but thrive in the face of them. Confidence is often seen as an innate quality that some people are born with, while others are not. However, the truth is that confidence is not something you either have or you don't. It is a skill that can be developed, nurtured, and strengthened over time. For many women, confidence can feel elusive. We are often taught to be humble, to downplay our achievements, or to second-guess ourselves in the face of criticism or doubt. Yet, confidence is one of the most important qualities a woman can possess. It enables us to take risks, to speak up for ourselves, and to pursue our dreams without hesitation. Confidence is the foundation upon which we can build a life of purpose, achievement, and fulfillment. The journey to confidence begins with self-awareness. To be confident, you must first understand who you are, the strengths you bring to the table, the values that guide you, and the unique gifts that make you who you are. Self-awareness allows you to see yourself in an honest, non-judgmental way. It enables you to accept both your strengths and your weaknesses without letting either define your sense of worth. When you are aware of your own abilities and potential, you can carry yourself with a sense of self-assurance that comes from within, not from external validation. This self-awareness also helps you recognize the areas where you may need to grow or develop, allowing you to focus on improving and building on your existing skills and talents. Another key to confidence is self-acceptance. It is easy to fall into the trap of comparing yourself to others and measuring your worth based on external standards. Society often imposes unrealistic beauty standards or success metrics that can make us feel inadequate or not enough. However, true confidence comes from accepting yourself as you are, with all of your imperfections, quirks, and flaws. Self-acceptance means recognizing that you are worthy of love, success, and happiness exactly as you are, without needing to meet someone else's standards. When you embrace yourself fully and authentically, your confidence radiates from within, and you no longer feel the need to prove yourself to others. A crucial element of confidence is learning to trust yourself. Trusting yourself means believing in your ability to make decisions, to handle challenges, and to navigate the ups and downs of life. Women in particular often socialize to seek approval from others, which can lead to self-doubt and a lack of trust in our own judgment. When you learn to trust yourself, you stop looking for validation from external sources and start trusting your intuition, your experiences, and your instincts. You become more comfortable making decisions on your own, even when the outcome is uncertain. This self-trust allows you to move forward with confidence, knowing that no matter what happens, you have the strength and wisdom to handle it. Another important aspect of confidence is the ability to take action, even when you're unsure of the outcome. Confidence is not the absence of fear, it is the ability to take bold steps in spite of fear. Many women struggle with imposter syndrome, the feeling that they are not qualified or capable of achieving their goals, but confidence is built through action. The more you take risks, step outside your comfort zone and pursue your dreams, the more your confidence grows. Each time you take a step forward, you prove to yourself that you are capable, that you can handle challenges, and that you are worthy of success. Over time, taking action builds momentum and reinforces the belief that you can achieve anything you set your mind to. Building confidence also requires perseverance. Confidence is not a constant. It fluctuates based on our experiences, our mood, and the challenges we face. There will be times when your confidence is high and other times when it is tested. The key is to keep going even when things don't go as planned. When you experience setbacks or failures, it's important not to let them define you. Instead, view them as opportunities to learn and grow. Resilient women know that failure is not the opposite of success. It is a part of the process. With each failure, you gain valuable lessons that help you become stronger, more capable, and more confident. Support and encouragement from others also play a significant role in building confidence. Surrounding yourself with positive, uplifting people who believe in you and your abilities can make a world of difference. These people remind you of your worth, encourage you when you doubt yourself, and celebrate your successes with you. When you have a strong support system, you are more likely to take risks, try new things, and push past your comfort zone. Having people who believe in you helps you believe in yourself, and that belief becomes the foundation for your confidence. Finally, confidence is nurtured through self-care. Taking care of your physical, mental, and emotional well-being is crucial to maintaining a strong sense of confidence. When you feel good about yourself, your happiness, and your growth, you are more likely to feel confident. Self-care doesn't have to be extravagant. It can be as simple as taking time for yourself, setting boundaries, practicing gratitude, and engaging in activities that nourish your soul. When you prioritize your well-being, you send a powerful message to yourself that you are worthy of care and attention, and that alone boosts your confidence. Confidence is not something that happens overnight. It is a journey that requires consistent effort, self-reflection, and a willingness to step outside of your comfort zone. But the more you work on building your confidence, the more it will grow. Confidence is a powerful tool that can transform your life, enabling you to take bold actions, pursue your dreams, and create a future that aligns with your true self. The more you cultivate confidence, the more you realize that you have the power to achieve anything you desire. Confidence is not just about how you present yourself to the world, it's about how you see and believe in yourself. When you believe in your own worth, you unlock the potential to live the life you've always dreamed of. The secrets that 99% of women don't know are not about achieving perfection or following a set of prescribed rules. Instead, they lie in embracing your true power, understanding your worth, and taking ownership of your life. Women have an incredible capacity to overcome, to adapt, to transform, and to create. However, this power is often overshadowed by the societal expectations and limitations placed upon us. We are told how to behave, what to achieve, and how to look, and it can be easy to lose sight of who we are at our core. But the real secret is that you are enough just as you are, and you have within you everything you need to achieve greatness. Building confidence, developing emotional intelligence, breaking free from societal norms, embracing resilience, and learning to trust yourself are all keys to unlocking the true potential within you. These qualities don't come easily or quickly, but they are available to every woman willing to put in the work. The more you invest in your own growth and well-being, the more you realize that you don't have to wait for permission to succeed. You are the architect of your own destiny. As women, we are capable of achieving extraordinary things when we stop holding ourselves back and start believing in our potential. The world is full of opportunities waiting to be seized, and the only thing standing in your way is the limiting beliefs that have been ingrained in you for far too long. It's time to shatter those beliefs and step into your greatness. Trust in your own strength, in your own voice, and in your own ability to create the life you desire. The journey may not always be easy, and there will be times when you stumble. But remember, resilience is not about being perfect. It's about getting up every time you fall. Your power lies not in never failing, but in your ability to keep going no matter what. So stand tall, be bold, and know that you are capable of more than you can imagine. Let today be the day you decide to unlock your full potential, to believe in yourself, and to step into a future that reflects the incredible woman you truly are. There is no limit to what you can achieve when you embrace the power that lies within you. Your journey is yours to shape, and it begins the moment you decide that you are enough.